everybody. Welcome again to Choices Finding Your Joy. Paula Vail here. Thank you for joining me again for another show. I'm so grateful to my growing audience every day. Today is going to be fantastic. We have with us today Benjamin Leto. He is an online health coach and personal trainer. I have worked with him myself. He's awesome. And he has a degree in philosophy and psychology and has trained hundreds of individuals with health and fitness goals. I'm so happy to interview you today, Benjamin.
Thanks, Paul. It's good to be here.
Oh, and I just love seeing you. You're so awesome. You're my awesome Benjamin.
Thank you.
Oh, well, let's start with maybe a bit of your background, if you'd like to share anything with the audience before we go on our great topic of becoming your own health expert.
For sure. Yeah. So I'm an online health coach, personal trainer. What that means is basically I offer my health services through video, through lectures, through written information to people all over the world. And my health philosophy is kind of basically, I say, no health, no life, get healthy now. And the idea is to prioritize your health. And my particular approach to training to health is that I want people to be their own experts on their body, which means I view my training with people and my coaching with people as a quasi-educational course where I want you to graduate, learn what I've taught you, so you learn how to take care of your body and because your health is going to be more important to you than anybody else you see. And so I want the person whose health is most important to them to be the one empowered to be able to take care of themselves. That I see as the best help I can offer. So that's what I do basically.
I love it. And you do it so well.
Thank you.
You inspire me. And I have to share quickly, it was really fun. I met Benjamin in Sedona, my favorite.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
That's how we met and connected. Gosh, what, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah. We've stayed in touch. We've done a lot since then. And I know you told me you've got 2 books and a movie coming out this year. So you stay on top of things.
Yeah, big year for me. I've got America's Leading Ladies Who Make a Positive Impact in the World, now on ebook and coming out in paperback. And I am in that with Oprah Winfrey, Melinda Gates, Susie Orman, and so many others. I'm still amazed. And then my book, Why Am I So Happy, is going to be released in June. And then the film Imagine a World, it's based on the saying, be the change you wish to see in the world, is coming out this year as well. So lots going on, Benjamin. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I got to catch up, but good for you. That's great.
I'm excited. Gosh.
Yeah.
Well, so Benjamin, what would you say about becoming your own health expert? What does that mean?
Yeah, so that means knowing how to take care of your body. That is so important. This is your body. Everything you have in your life, you have because of your body. Okay. So I went through a period where I've got severe scoliosis, so I've had that my whole life. But a period where I got a shoulder surgery and a knee surgery, and the surgeries did not go well at all. I was left in severe pain, severely debilitated. I saw 6 doctors, 5 or 6 physical therapists, and no one could help me. That was thousands of dollars I spent, hundreds of hours I spent investing in people that for whatever reason were not able, did not help me. That's a horrible feeling to have, to be in pain, to have problems, and you see person after person and they can't help you. And I've talked to a lot of people throughout the years, wherever I've lived, and they've felt the same way. So, meaning that they've had that experience themselves. So, I had to learn how to take care of my body. When I couldn't lift my left shoulder, I had to learn how to do that. When I couldn't squat down more than a few inches, and doctor said that's how your knee's going to be, I had to learn how to be able to fix my knee myself. And the scoliosis I've had to learn how to deal with that myself. And it's empowering to know how to take care of yourself. This applies to every aspect in life, right? Self-reliance is an empowering, peaceful place to be. So I view being a health expert as somebody that can take care of their health themselves as much as reasonably possible. So that means they can heal whatever injuries they have and prevent whatever injuries that might arise without knowing what they're knowing. They know how to eat, meaning not only they know how to eat healthily, but in a way that's sustainable for their body for the rest of their life. They know how to get stronger. They know how to get better cardiovascular health, and so on. You know how to take care of your body. You're empowered. Because again, you care about your health more than anybody else does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. And that is really empowering to know that you can control. You don't have to just really believe what you're told.
Right.
You can take that in and process that, but really you can do things that may not even have been believable.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Oftentimes when someone says to you something can't be done or can't be healed, what they're saying is the average amount, the mean, that most people won't get this done. It doesn't mean it can't be done. It just means because most people are going to take a particular course of action, and those who take that course of action aren't helped, but there is always hope. There's always help. And that's kind of a big theme in my training with somebody. No matter what your situation is, we can get you where you need to go.
Yes. Would you like to give us maybe some examples of the kind of work, let's say, or situations that someone may approach you and become one of your clients, the kind of things you do?
Sure.
Food, muscle, mindset. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, a few quick examples. This was actually my first few months of training, but luckily I had an extensive meditation background. I got a stroke victim. The guy was only in his 40s, which is very young for that kind of thing to happen. But he was a stroke victim. The guy could barely walk. The amount of feeling he had in his right leg was minimal. I remember I asked him to point to one particular part in his thigh that he might be able to feel, and he pointed to this one little spot that was the size of the circumference of my finger right here. And so at the beginning of each session, what I tell him to do is to sit down. We would take 15 minutes of his hour session because it was that important, to sit down and feel that particular part of his thigh. By the end of the meditation, where he focused on feeling into that thigh and nothing but that, the spot that started this big was now this big. And a few sessions later, it was now this big. As a result, he was able to feel his thigh more, and he could actually walk better. He could even jump a little bit. He can go up and down stairs. He couldn't run a marathon, but he had a lot more available to him because that particular effort that I offer. And that's why I offer meditation as part of my training, is because all meditation is being present and aware of your body, feeling, and nothing mystical, just feeling your body. So that's one example. Others are, knee, shoulder, hip, neck problems. And I integrate mindfulness techniques, but show them a bunch of other stretches and exercises that are helpful for healing that. And last thing would be lifestyle. Stress is a huge part of one's lifestyle. So when I've gone through stressful periods, I'm kind of lost in my head because stress is it's a mind state, right? It's not a state that makes you aware of your body. So as a result, my body's gotten injured. Simply I'm thinking about something else and I'm working out, or I walk around with all this tension in my body that gives me bad movement patterns that makes injuries I already had worse, or pain I already had worse, or creates injuries or pain that wasn't there. So lifestyle and creating a peaceful way of living is essential to being healthy.
Yeah. And
sorry for the long answers.
No, I love it. I love it. And would you say listening to our body is really key?
Yeah, absolutely. Something I often say is that intuitively we kind of know that if we look at a lion or a dog or an antelope, they know how to move. They know how to use their body. It's only humans that don't. We need to hire a personal trainer or somebody to help us learn how to use our bodies. Why is that? It's because our minds are occupied with all sorts of thoughts that don't increase body awareness. So we have to, the first step to healing your body or making your body stronger or faster or simply more healthy is to actually listen to your body. How does your joint feel? How does your knee feel? How does your heart feel? what's your mood like? What's your energy level like? Learning to pay attention to that is the first step to really to anything in life, right? You got to be aware of it as it is in order to assess it properly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then when we listen to those things and listen to our body, that's a first step in doing something and moving forward on that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It absolutely is. And that's why my online training is so helpful, is because oftentimes when I'm training somebody in person, we got to focus on getting the workout done. And I'll still focus on my client being mindful of the workout. But when I get the chance to actually sit down and talk with somebody, we can really talk about teaching them how to listen to their bodies.
Yes.
And many people might find that they haven't truly listened to their bodies since they were maybe a 5 or 6 year old little kid. And they might be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So that's decades that have gone on without any regular or with any regular attention to their body. And they wonder why they have all these problems. Oh, you don't pay attention to something, things don't go so well.
And I would think, Benjamin, that you can have such a wide variety of people that your services can help, from someone who, like your example, a physical injury, or someone who's trying to get healthier, or someone, really pretty overall healthy and just wants to empower that and make that grow and increase their health. So really there's a big variety there of where we as the audience could benefit from this online coaching.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been all over with health. I started off as a bodybuilder and powerlifter, so I was interested in, the typical manly stuff of putting on muscle, getting stronger. So the athleticism was there, right? I've done some martial arts, so I like that kind of stuff. But it was my structural problems of having scoliosis, and part of my clavicles are also missing, which led to having a lot of injuries, and therefore having to learn how to heal myself on top of my meditation background. So yeah, I've kind of been on the receiving end of all those areas, right, where I'm getting bigger, getting stronger, or I have to heal from an injury, or I have to learn how to, running's been a big part of my healing actually. So where I have a lot of cardiovascular practice to martial arts practice. So yeah, because I've been everywhere in in all sorts of health endeavors, that makes me able to help all sorts of other people as well, especially those, I like particularly helping those who just have seen a lot of people and haven't been able to be helped. Whether that's they can't seem to lose weight, they can't seem to make their shoulder better, they can't seem to, accomplish whatever their goal is. Because chances are I've probably been there and I can help them.
And part of the challenges that you've overcome, you're not only helping them on the physical level, you're helping them mentally.
Correct,
to realize they can recover from this challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. That belief is essential.
I'm loving that. I'm loving
Yeah. You have to have that kind of.
We can hold ourselves back mentally.
Right.
The fear or the doubt that really we can.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah. Hope comes with it a vulnerability.
Yeah.
We hope this can get better, and then if we start to believe it can't, oh, it hurts. So it's easier to stay in a state of discouragement. It's actually a protection of getting hurt. But if that state of discouragement is a dominant mind state, then it's going to impact everything you do, make you less mindful of your body. When you really need that hyper focus or intensity to do an exercise or stretch properly, the will to do it won't be there if discouragement is there. It's hope that gets you to say, hey, you know what, maybe this extra effort is worth it. And that has to be there. When I was in my 20s and doctors told me basically I was going to be somewhat debilitated, I mean, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So yeah, getting that hope sparked is essential. Absolutely.
Yeah. So for you, Benjamin, if you were asked, how would you answer, what does it actually mean to be healthy?
So I would say, My definition is different than what most people might think. Okay, most people associate health with a certain body fat percentage. Reality is some people are just meant to be leaner than others, and that lean person shouldn't have a higher body fat percentage. Neither should someone who has an actually higher body fat percentage have that lean person's body fat percentage. So looks and body composition, which is typically the way we identify health, which is kind of comes from our narcissistic and image-based, ideas from the fitness industry. Yeah, that's not accurate. Health instead is simply the body's ability to skillfully and successfully handle the challenges that are presented to it, be that from disease, demands of the environment, impediments to reproduction, to being able to actually do the things the body needs to do to survive. The body needs to run, needs to lift things up, etc. But in a more simple definition, I say simply that that health is simply being able to do the things for which the body is made while feeling good. So that brings into account you actually are able to do what your body's made to do. That is an essential ingredient of health, but you feel good doing it, meaning the mindfulness is there and you're aware of how your body feels in the meantime. It's an admittedly overly simplistic definition, but I think it generally is a good step in the right direction.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And would you say it's important to keep that balance? I love that you also mentioned meditation, from the mental to the physical, our muscular, our mindset, the food we put in our body. Really, those are all pieces of the puzzle, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. I think most people will at least admit that nutrition and exercise are essential ingredients in health, but it's still the case that our mental lives are separated from our physical health. Our mental health and physical health are seen as separate, and they're not at all. And in fact, the name of my company, Body Mind Fitness, I call it that because I got that term actually, the term body mind from the Buddha, because he calls the body and the mind one unit. He calls it the body mind, right? We in our Western philosophy separate one from the other, but he recognizes them all as, or they're both as one unit, and they have to be treated as one unit. You want to heal somebody, both have to be addressed. So you cannot be healthy if you're walking around in immense stress 24/7. It's just not going to be the case. You're not going to be mindful of your body. You're not going to pay attention to things. That could come from as little or result in things as minor as you trip more often than somebody who's not stressed. You're bumping into things because you're just not present to, you're not quite listening to that little pain in your spine that's saying, hey, you need to walk a little differently.
Yeah.
And year after year after year of that, if you're in immense stress and not listening to that, now you got a serious back problem, right? Yeah. Listening to your body when you're in the gym. I mean, what I tell people all the time is especially if you're a man and you're strong, you got real heavy weights over your head. The last thing your mind needs to be on is something else. It needs to be on,
yes,
the heavy weight you have over your head, so your head doesn't get smashed, right? So that kind of thing.
Yes. Well, I do take a moment to share with everyone your website and how they can contact you, Benjamin.
Yeah, so website's trainingwithbenjamin.com. It reflects a lot of my personality, very, very wordy, but my point of that is actually I want to empower people. My point is to inform. So it's not just a place to put my name out there so I can get clients. I do actually want to share my information and share my health philosophy. I think it's so essential to healing the world. But again, my website's trainingwithbenjamin.com. If you want to get in contact with me, you're welcome to. There's a form on the right side of the page where you can fill out your information and it'll go right to me. You're welcome to email me directly at trainingwithbenjamin.com. And that's my information. And I'm always taking on new clients, always happy to help people. And because my services are primarily online, I can help people all over the world. Yes. So I've helped people in Europe. I've helped people on the West Coast of the U.S., East Coast of the U.S., places in between. I've got 2 clients in South America right now. So that's the cool thing about being online is you can help people anywhere in the world.
Yes.
So
I am so grateful to have worked with you and so grateful to share you with everyone.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Paula. That's nice of you to say.
This whole online thing, really, it is just so great because so many people can benefit from you.
Right.
You are expansive, is how I describe it, in how you help others in your training, because you do cover so many ways.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I learned from experience, you have to cover all that if you really want to achieve the goals you want.
Yeah.
So I try to offer others that as well.
And you know what I think is so exciting, Benjamin, is that we really do have the power of our mindset and our health. And you know, wherever we are, when we find amazing people like you that we can connect with, that help us become more empowered, it's a beautiful thing, you know.
It is. Yeah. It's the best gift you can give somebody, right? It's hey, I can teach you how to be healthy, successful, happy, etc. on your own. That's a really good place to be. Yeah, I talked to a lady about 6 months ago who told me how great her trainer was, and she'd been training with him for 3 years. And my immediate response was that he's not empowering you at all. He's keeping you reliant on him and all this money you put into him, right? The best way to help somebody is to teach a man to fish, not just give him fish, right?
Yeah.
So that's my goal, is to make you so you don't need me, not because, I don't know what I'm doing, but because you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put it out there, and that's a great analogy. Give them the tools to be empowered and in control of their own health. Isn't that just, and you know what I love also is when we do take on that power and that responsibility and give that to ourselves, oh my gosh, what it does for us in our heart and our mindset, on our happiness scale.
Yeah.
You know, we're happy because we're doing something for ourselves. We're happy because we feel better. It's just a fascinating
way that just a simple example. You go for a walk, say the walk used to hurt you. Now you know why walking used to hurt you. You know how to position yourself and what muscles to strengthen, so now it doesn't hurt you. Say you misstep and you feel a little twinge in your hamstring, you know what to do to fix it. You don't have to think, oh God, now I gotta go to the physical therapist again, or I gotta get a trainer, I gotta do this, and you know automatically. And within a few days or a week, you feel better already. That's the place you want to be, really, with everything in life. But because I'm doing health, that's what I focus on. But yeah, it's a very happy place to be, for sure.
Powerful message.
Yeah.
With just a few minutes left, Benjamin, what last words do you want to leave with everyone? What do you want them
to last words I want to leave with everyone
when we say goodbye?
This might be a bit self-promoting, but I'm genuine when I say this, is give me a try. A lot of people kind of shy away from online training because they think, what the heck is that? But what I tell people oftentimes is that when I'm training somebody in person, the focus is so much on getting through the workout that I can't teach my health philosophy.
Yes.
And as a result, the client's still missing some essential ingredients. And so online training gives me the opportunity to teach somebody the very, very basics of training and of health that are more important than the particulars of what's going on in the gym, or the particulars of what's going in their mouth, right? The reason I emphasize that again so much is because a little bit of time with me could save you thousands of dollars in the future of seeing all sorts of people who don't teach you how to take care of your body. And I guess, the softer side of me would also say I've been in the position of feeling hopeless and feeling like you can't get anywhere. And whenever I hear somebody who's feeling that way, the empath in me comes out and I want to help them out. So I guess that again goes to my lasting message of never give up, always have hope. It might be that right now you don't have the answer. Right now you don't know what to do. That's okay. That's the present moment. That's mindfulness. That's awareness. But you also have to be mindful the desire in your heart, whether you want to admit it or not, is always there, that you want things to be better. You want things to be you want to be healthy, you want to be happy, right? So that means you go on the search to find those things. And sometimes that means coming across someone who can help you get there. But point is never get discouraged. The answer is always out there. That's been my experience. It might take a lot of time and research to find it. Ideally, seeing me saves you those years of time and frustration and research. But yeah, whatever your pursuit, success is a possibility with enough drive, patience, determination, love for yourself, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And asking for that help and getting that perspective and that knowledge, and I'll call it training, you're really gifting something to yourself. You really are.
Yeah, for sure.
Take care of yourself. It's so easy to take care of everyone else and everything else and neglect ourselves, but that's taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, that's one of the lifestyle philosophies I discuss with people, actually, is that whether you're healthy or not, your bills are still the same, right? So the tendency is to not focus on taking care of yourself. Well, I got to take care of this bill, I got to do these chores, got to take care of my kids, got to do this, got to do this. But if you're not taking care of yourself, that will come out negatively in other ways. And even though the effects of it aren't immediate, they do catch up with you. And they actually are immediate. They're just out of your awareness. You're less happy than you otherwise would be. You're less present with others than you otherwise would be. But those effects aren't as severe as, say, not paying your bills, so we prioritize that. But my experience with myself and with people is that when you make a genuine effort to prioritize taking care of yourself, everything else is still taken care of, and in fact better than it otherwise would be.
Yeah.
Taking care of yourself for sure.
Making your garden grow, having flowers bloom.
Right. I mean, it has to happen. Our minds are just programmed in a way such that if we don't have inside of us what we need anyway, we seek for it from others, whether we want to admit it or not. So even then, our actions aren't truly, altruistic or helpful. So you might as well, if you want to be the person you want to be, take care of yourself first, so you can be for others what they need you to be, what you want to be, and so you can be for yourself what you want to be.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
What a perfect note to end on. Benjamin, thank you so much.
Thank you too, Paul. I appreciate this opportunity. It's nice talking with you again.
All that you do, and my training with you a few years back was so awesome.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
Love, hugs, and blessings. And
your way as well.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.